Welcome to our live stream of high school sports. Please note that this broadcast is produced by an independent team of sports enthusiasts, and the views, opinions, and commentary expressed are solely those of the commentators and not representative of the schools, teams, or athletes featured. While we strive for accuracy, occasional errors or misstatements may occur. This stream is intended for entertainment and educational purposes only. Thank you for joining us and enjoy the show.
Yeah, come on, let's go. Hey, you ain't never seen nothing like this. Ain't no telling how it might get. It's the hypest right here. High school sports at its finest. So many highlights, you have to rewind it. Hey, Stream City, let me just remind you. The heart of a lion, a team full of fighters. So many stars on the field, it'll blind you. They're giving everything they got till the time's up. Yeah, legends in the making. History is made. We just getting started. You ain't seen a thing. YSN, gotta know the name. They gon' bring the flames. They gon' do their thing. Take it to another level, don't hold back. High school, got a passion and we show that. Got the drive and you know they got the heart. Number one spot for your high school sports. Let's go for the win. Hey.
Hey, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to YSN Live. It is your home for everything local, loyal, and live. DJ Yoakley alongside the man, the myth, and the legend, the 8-time best-selling author, the world traveler, and of course, the Nobel Prize nominee, Grammy and Emmy Award winning, Anthony Ronaldo Hartwigo.
We are on the back end of November. I can't believe that we're 11 days removed from the last month of the year. That's crazy.
The 20th of November. This is the 20th of November. What happened?
Basketball starts tomorrow, guys.
Yeah, but there's going to push that sun back up in the sky at least a couple more weeks. You know, we're guaranteed a regional champion in Region 5 when it comes to Cardinal Mooney and Girard. We've got Hoban, we've got McDonald.
And Perry.
Forgive me for that. So we have shots. We at least have another week of football to look forward to, guaranteed no matter what, which is good. But also I know those sneakerheads out there are ready to hear that floor squeaking on this time. And we will hear the floor squeak tonight, my friend.
Yes.
Tonight.
Yeah, you could argue that our coverage starts tonight because we'll have basketball tonight in East Palestine.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. Very, very excited for that. The Shoot for the Cure event for Rick Gates' daughter, Erica. We're excited to take another step towards the curing of Hodgkin's lymphoma. A lot of people are going to be out there tonight. We hope you are as well. We want to thank real briefly before we get too far into the show today, some people that really are making things possible. I know Jake Ward in the barbershop in Columbiana is a big-time donor tonight. Also, my good buddy Mike Irvin and the Irvin family over at Bubble Tech are doing their just yeoman's work. Anytime we need something, they're willing to give. Doesn't matter who. If it means that it helps somebody in need, they're certainly the first ones with their hand up. So thank you to Mikey over there. Obviously, YSN will be a part of it. Parker Sherry, WRS Wealth Advisors, will be donating a substantial amount tonight to the cause, and we're excited. So thank you to all those people, and don't forget your checkbooks tonight if you're coming, because there's going to be a lot of opportunities with I think over 20 baskets. Tristan said to get involved in that. There's going to be half court shot that you can donate to the cause. So. Hey, if you're coming out, be ready to have a good time and be ready to make an impact, because that's what we're shooting for tonight on all aspects of it. So looking forward to it. It starts at 5:30, by the way. 5:30 is the start. So we'll all be out there and be ready to be ready to go. And YSN Whoa. Well, it's gonna be there, and there will be no broadcaster because I'll be on the floor. But you can kind of look in, do a little live look in, a little check in, as 2 quarters, Columbiana Crestview first, and then Heartland, East Palestine second, and then we'll wrap it up, and then we're all in on basketball.
Yeah. Let's go.
There you go. And obviously a lot of football coming up.
Yes.
I know that we have a ton of basketball coaches and player interviews that are already being kind of pushed out there, which is good because we're seeing that there's not going to be much of a layover.
Right. There's not much of a layover, and you're going to start to see even more content come out because we're kind of holding on to those player profiles that we've been gathering like crazy in the last couple of weeks of the season until the season actually starts, and we're able to post those. So we have a lot of content in the can ready to fire as soon as we get the chance to. So if you're out there thinking, there's going to be a lull period at the start of the season, no. I say nay.
Oh, no. Au contraire, mon frère.
Au contraire, my friend. We have so much just ready to go, just ready in the chamber, ready to fire as soon as we get the opportunity to.
And at some point this weekend, we hope to have out the All-YSN football team. So that'll be big news. We do the All-YSN football team because we can't do an all-star game. So if you're out there and you're wondering why we don't do All-YSN, this, that, or the other, because of the sport, can't have a football game, so we give them an entire team and put their name in lights in that kind of I don't even know, like that special way. We want to make sure that we can showcase the talent that we've seen all year on the gridiron. So hopefully this weekend we're putting the final touches on it. I know we've got a couple teams that we're going back and forth on. So we'll get that going, and then that'll be out for you, and you can celebrate that. I know the Northeast Inland District thing?
Yeah, I did see Dion Miller became the first quarterback in Valley Christian history to win first team all district. So congratulations to Dion. Big move for that program.
What a career he's had at Valley Christian. I know, talking to Coach Hake, talking to Coach Agresta, he's a very special talent, and he is a very selfless player.
Yep.
Those are the things you want. He's a coachable guy. He's a selfless guy, and hopefully someone sees this and says, I want one of that guy on my team, and he plays the next level. So we'll see. But congratulations to D Mills on all the success he's had at Valley Christian and being the first, record-breaking quarterback at Valley Christian as well.
And anytime you're the first person in your school to do something, that's really special. That's really special.
Shall we talk about football?
Let's do it. You want to start D7?
I'd actually like to start in D2.
Or start it up and then go down. Okay.
Yeah, let's go up and then down. So we are going to start with D2. Anthony, lead us through this.
Archbishop Hoban is the 1 seed in the region. They're 10-1 overall in the season. They will play the 2nd seeded Walsh Jesuit Warriors. These two teams met this season, and Hoban got the 19-14 win over Walsh. They rematch each other here in the regional championship. These two teams are very familiar with each other. Since 1999, they have met 31 times. This will be the 32nd meeting between Hoban and Walsh since 1999. Hoban leads the series 21-10. In that span, that includes 4-0 against Walsh in the playoffs. So Walsh, although they have 10 wins against the Knights overall since 99, they have not won a playoff game in that span against the Knights. That is as far back as Joe Itel goes. So our knowledge before 99 kind of reliant on, obviously, past where our journalism can take us. But since then, Walsh has not had a playoff win against Hoban. 3 of those 4 playoff games have been regional finals. You look at this year, though, the one that counts, Drew Pasteur has it set as a
Walsh Jesuit by 1. No,
yeah, Walsh Jesuit by 1. I think you're right.
Yeah, Walsh Jesuit by 1 with 50% certainty. So basically, what he's saying is it's a coin flip.
And here's the caveat. Last week, Walsh Jesuit did not have their starting quarterback in the game against Austintown Fitch. They still won, but that's something that you have to watch when you're playing Hoban. If you don't have your starting quarterback in for this week, we don't know his health. That's just guessing, but we do know he didn't play against Fitch, so that'll be something to watch out for if they're without that young man behind center. You look at the breakdown of the stats. Hoban averages 32 points per game on offense, just giving up 15. Walsh averages 34.7 a game, only gives up 9.5 points per game on defense. So under 10 points per game for Walsh's D. Strength of schedule, Hoban is ranked 7th in Division II out of 104 teams. Walsh is ranked 2nd in Division II in strength of schedule. So these two teams, they're powerhouses. Everyone's looking forward to this matchup. They don't like each other. It's a rivalry. They've been meeting up with each other for a long time. It's just going to be one of those knockdown, drag-out games. It's going to live up to the hype, I think, for sure.
I think you're dead on. And I think this is one of those games that everybody saw this matchup coming in the regional finals, if kind of chalk talked a little bit, and it sure did, as the 1 and 2 teams playing each other. So for me, obviously, Ant, you kind of hit the nail on the head. You kind of covered up the lead there when you said that it depends on who's healthy. I don't think that either team is going to sit there and say, I think we can get past the other team in this regional final, whether it be Walsh or Hoban, without X. This is the game, right? This is the game. This feels like a AFC, NFC type championship, which is what you want it to feel like, because, lingering out there, obviously, the Massillon Tigers. I mean, they are the ones that have put the target firmly on their chest and back.
Yep.
And the last time that Hoban met with Massillon in the postseason, it was a kind of a Titans versus, was it the Rams? The Rams ended up winning that Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, by 1 yard.
And it was Hoban missed it. They try to play at the end. I still have it on my phone, still watch it, because it was so heartbreaking for Hoban, but just incredible. I mean, as many people as there were there, it felt like a Super Bowl a little bit. But I mean, getting back to this game, I think it boils down to who's playing. And if you're not able to get up for this game, the adrenaline isn't pumping through your veins, and then you need to check your pulse. And I'm talking everybody from in the locker room to out of the locker room, in the stands, watching on, wherever you're watching. This is going to be one of the best games I think you're going to see all night. This is the 50%, kind of Drew Pastor saying, damned if you do, damned if you don't. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to pick one and just, give it a 53% thumbs up to it. So I tell you what, Walsh, I always think that the team that loses earlier on the season has the advantage.
Yep.
But history tells us that is malarkey, as they say. So I'm going with Hoban.
Winner of this game plays the winner of Medina Highland versus Avon. That is the 3 seed versus 1 seed up in Region 6, Division 2. So we'll see what happens in that regional final and
Avon's
who the
picked
winner
by
of this
10.
game. Yes. So
just so we know, Avon is picked by 10 and sitting over there on the other side.
Washington is also playing the 1 seed in Big Walnut, who's undefeated.
And they are Walnut is 12-point dogs. So
that's just the talent of Massillon Washington. I mean, everyone knows they're 9-3 in the season, but they just have the talent that is uncomparable. They have a lot of respect, obviously.
For my buddy JP Simon over there, go Tigers.
So we go into Division 4, and this is Perry 10-2, the 1 seed versus the 2 seed Glenville at 9-3. This was a same matchup last year in the regional final. It went into overtime. Perry lost 12-6. So they're looking for a little bit of revenge. That is the only meeting of those two teams since 1999 was this last year's regional final. This Perry team, I talked to their quarterback 2 nights ago, Nate Trevsker. They're a team that kind of feel like they had a chip on their shoulder since the start of the season. They lost a good senior class. I think a lot of people doubted Perry this year, thought that they'd have a step down. They didn't have Walter Moses anymore. He went on to Toledo. And Nate Tresker, especially at quarterback, felt like this was his time to shine, his time to prove that it was his turn at quarterback. He's had a great season. The Pirates have had an incredible season, especially the last, I think 8 games of the regular season. After a bumpy start, they went on a big run. They're just firing on all cylinders right now, and they go into this Glenville game, and I think a lot of people are just kind of, okay, Glenville, but you remember this game went no overtime last year. Perry is not going to be someone that Glenville can just run over. This is going to be a very good football game.
Yeah, I'm sitting here looking at the 9-3 record for Glenville, and it tells me that they lost to Avon, which we previously mentioned. They lost to St. Ed's, pretty impressive, and they lost to East Technical. I have no idea who that is. So
I think they're in Cleveland. Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean,
I think we've run into them at some point in playoffs and stuff before. So I've definitely heard the name. Don't know anything about their football program, but it sounds like a college, to be honest. East Tech.
Well, it has it. It doesn't even have it right. It has it like 1-1. I don't know. It's a weird makeup. But if you're just talking about St. Ed's and Avon, Glenville plays a tough schedule, right? Mm-hmm. There's no doubt about it. Perry plays a tough schedule as well. But they're sitting here as the number 1 seed. They are dogs by 15, Anthony. That's over 2 scores. So when you sit there and you look at that, first off, I'm taking Perry and the points always from that standpoint. If we're gambling Skittles, but if I'm sitting there and which we're not, by the way, if I'm sitting there and saying who's the hotter team, I think Perry is the hotter team. I think Perry is a team that has been more kind of emphatic with their wins, especially in the playoffs here. There's been some question marks around Glenville. I know there was some talk, and we're sitting there like, wait a minute, could this be the team that gets Glenville? Right. I know I'm going to sound like a homer. I'm going to take Perry, and I think they're going to get the quote unquote upset over the 2 seed in Glenville this week, because I think they're going to slow things down. They're going to be methodical like they were against West Branch last week. And I think that, they know that the clock is their friend. To slow Glenville down means you're going to have to make the clock an advocate of yours. And I think that's what they're going to do.
Even with those teams that you mentioned that Glenville lost to, their strength of schedule is 36 in Division 4 out of 105 teams. Perry is 10th. So Perry does have the strength of schedule edge when you look at their schedule as a whole. So that could be an advantage. Maybe Perry a little bit more consistently.
Oh boy, here we go. The Brothers of Cough.
Consistently tested throughout the season. Perry's defense average is just 15 points given up per game. Glenville's 10. So I feel like just like last week with this West Branch game, this is going to be a defensive battle, and it's going to be what offense can kind of break through, what defense can force a turnover, maybe put their offense in good position.
I agree, man. I think Perry's got the best opportunity this year to get Glenville right now. It just feels like everything's timing up. Everything's coming to a crescendo. Yeah. And man, here's what I'm going to tell you. The winner of this game is most likely the favorite going into winning the state championship.
Yeah, you still have – you got to watch out for Shelby in Division 4. They're a very good team. They're sitting, I think, in the other region. I think that's who – I'm going to double check, but I think that's who the winner of this game would play. Because Shelby is going to play on the other region against Galleon. And Shelby's a very strong football team, so you got to watch out for them. But I think definitely they would be – especially, the winner of this game would definitely be – the winner of that state semifinal would definitely be the favorite in the state final for sure. No disrespect to Indian Valley, who is the reigning state champion. I just don't think they're the same team that they were last year. I think Shelby, Perry, Glenville all have that kind of little bit of edge when you talk about favorites in the division for the state.
We're gonna say Guardian Valley here to stay protected. We don't want any people writing us messages.
There's a lot. There's Indian Valley and Guardian Hill. There's Guardian Hill in the regional finals as well in Division.
Guardian Valley, Guardian Hill. The Commanders.
Mike Ackelson is somewhere just cursing us like crazy right now.
That's
he
okay.
Refuses.
We're used to it.
Refuses to.
We're in that same camp. There's no doubt about it.
Division 5. This is the big one, right? This is the one that everyone's talking about in our area because it's all local. We're guaranteed someone in the state semifinal. The 1 seed Mooney 9-2 versus the 2 seed Girard at 12-0. And you'll look at the way it breaks down. This is going to be, I believe, the first meeting since 1999 between these two teams. They've never met before in that span. Strength of schedule, Mooney, we said last week, they're still number 1 in Division 5. Girard's number 33. Mooney's favored by 2 points in this game, which isn't a lot. It's 1 field goal.
Less than 1 field goal.
Common opponents, Girard, South Range. They both played each other. Mooney played them twice. Girard won 56-35. Mooney won 38-30 and then won 48-12 in the playoffs. So take that for what you will. Mooney averages 28 points per game on offense. He gives up 15.5. Girard averages 45.3 points per game on offense and gives up 18.1. So the stats, the numbers all tell you this is going to be a very evenly matched game. I don't think there's anything glaringly about either team that says they have the big advantage.
So here's what it breaks down to for me. I think if it comes down to health, which I believe both teams are healthy. On defense, you look at Rocco Zabel, what the difference, the impact that he's able to make on the field. I would imagine that A.J. Pearson is going to draw a spy for the majority of the game, and I would imagine it's probably going to be Zabel. I could be off on that, but it's probably going to be the guy that can make the biggest impact. And, if you step into that zone, which we saw, especially late in the game when Pano Zipolitis was out for Poland, we saw A.J. Pearson just run ruckshot at wherever he wanted to go. He wanted to go up the middle. That's where he went. If he wanted to, he just wrote his own script. He wrote his own narrative. I'm not sure that they're going to be able to do that against Mooney. They're going to have to get very creative with some of the things that they do, almost like we saw at the beginning of the year. And I'm not saying Girard can't do it, because they can. We saw them do it. But I think they're going to have to get a little bit more creative in their play calling. We saw a lot of those option plays. Last week against Poland, I think there's going to be a heavy amount of those. Obviously, when you look at what the head that A.J. Pearson has on him, and being able to have the backfield that Girard has from a natural, I mean, they've got all the weapons. Both teams have all the weapons. What I'm going to tell you is this is going to be Mooney's biggest test to this point, as it should be, because it's the regional finals. But you look at what Girard brings to the table offensively and defensively, it all kind of circles around A.J. Pearson. A.J. Pearson's the straw that stirs the drink in the defensive backfield for Girard, obviously in the offensive backfield for Girard. I think if you're Mooney, you're just going to have to kind of play keep away. And that is where the problem is for me, because Alan Hess-Cardona has been a problem all season for everybody that plays that. Offensive line cannot contain this young man. He is an absolute X factor. And if he can get through that Mooney line on a regular basis, Mooney's in trouble. I love Ike Lake. I think he's an incredible talent, a feature back on any program. Excuse me. But if Hess-Cardona gets through, AHC is going to wreck that game for Mooney.
Right.
On the other side, Mooney's got a lot of weapons, probably more weapons than anybody Girard has played this year. And yes, I'm including Poland on that because of the way that they can utilize a tight end, the way that they can utilize the run game on, multiple factors with Desmond, with Lake. Obviously, Gentile is not afraid to run the ball either, but Gentile, and I hope nobody takes this as a knock, is a game manager. And Tom Brady's a game manager. Okay. So that's not a bad thing. He's going to manage this game. And Coach Frank Colpreet on that sideline is something that I don't think many coaches have seen the passion that he has, and he is going to throw everything and the kitchen sink at Girard this Friday. And it's a 2-point dog for Girard does not scare Girard. I'll tell you that right now. And there's a lot of people that feel like Girard should be probably favored in this game. And Mooney feels like they are the underdog. So you might as well just flip that around and say, hey, Girard is favored, Mooney's the underdog, because that's the way they're going into this, which is incredible to me. The psychology behind both districts is couldn't be further from each other, and it's very cool to see. Girard's tired of being the underdog, I think, tired of being talked about being the underdog, and Mooney's like, okay, we'll be the underdog. We'll be the underdog.
I think Mooney always feels like in their camp like they're the underdog, because there probably aren't a lot of people outside of the Mooney fan base that want to see Mooney win this game. So that kind of always makes you feel like the underdog when there's so many people rooting kind of against you. And then I think Girard feels like the underdog because they are, as far as the point spread and the kind of feeling of football and analytics go into it, not by a lot, but I think you watch these two teams, you kind of realize on paper, Mooney might have a little bit of a better roster. Do they play on paper? No, they don't. Does Girard have plenty of ways to win this game? Yes, they do. But I think, fairness is fairness. You probably look at this game on paper and say Mooney's a little bit of a slight favorite. So both these teams have reasons to kind of feel like in their locker room that they're the underdog and play with that mentality.
I mean, this is a seesaw, right? When you look at this, literally, if you look at this on paper, it's a seesaw. Okay, Girard has this, Mooney has this. Mooney has this, Girard has this. You look at experience. Mooney has the experience of these guys playing in big games, where Girard is looking for that experience because they're rather young. Coaching experience. Coach Pearson has the experience of coaching in these big games.
Yes.
And Coach Colpreet is looking for the experience here in his first year. So, no matter which way you go, it just continues to intersect both ways. And that's what makes this game such a tough, I can't stamp this, this team's going to win over this team, because anything can happen. And, oh, by the way, according to Storm Tracker 21, we're probably going to have rain.
Probably going to rain, yeah.
So
and this is going to be played at South Range, so that's a turf field, of course.
They're all turf fields now.
Yeah, but, it's also a familiar field that both teams have played on plenty. So it's going to feel very comfortable. The locker rooms are going to feel very comfortable.
This could be interesting because I heard there's a possibility that Girard gets the home stands, even though Mooney's the home team, because Girard is bringing most likely a larger crowd, which means Mooney would be on that the visiting sideline, but they'll be wearing the Cardinal jerseys. And I think we saw this before, if I'm not mistaken. I think West Branch and Jefferson, and I don't know if West Branch was actually a home team, so somebody would have to tell me that. But I remember West Branch on the home side, and Jefferson won the game. Or West Branch was on the home side, Jefferson. Is that what I said?
Yeah, home side Jefferson won.
So
it's going to be funny because Mooney will have the home locker room, I'm assuming, right? They'll have the home South Range, but they won't have the home stands. That's
correct.
It's a dynamic there.
Well,
but I think that's probably. I think Girard probably has more fans show up, maybe.
Well, I mean, when you're talking about parochial schools in general, usually the districts are going to bring more people just because it's a whole community as opposed to a school within a community. You know what I mean? School within a whatever, however you want to break that up. But it makes sense if that's the way they end up doing it. But those were the whispers that were happening that I got word of, and I'm like, oh, it actually makes sense if you think about it. I don't know if Mooney will take that as a slight or what will happen, but I don't think. I mean, at least in my experience as a fan, probably don't want to be mixing fans on the home side. So it's probably in the interest of safety, it's probably better to keep them separated. And if Mooney has a little spillover from the stands to to the fence, it's probably a lot better than if you have Girard having a ton of spillover and then they start trying to sit on the other side, which would be potentially problematic, I guess, is what you say. But that's not just because it's Girard or Mooney. It's because it's with anybody. Because,
right,
boy, it can get dangerous in those stands real quick.
Especially when so much is on the line, emotions flare. Not
raining.
Just on the field. Rain, too. That'll make people already ticked off.
Here's the other thing. We didn't talk about this, and I hate even bringing it up. But discipline is going to go a long way in this game, man. We've seen the flags fly in the past couple of weeks for Girard. It's going to go a long way to who wins this ball game. Can Girard stay disciplined? Can Mooney control to not be the second hand in the cookie jar kind of deal?
Right.
Because, hey, Girard, they will agitate you, and that's fine. That's part of who they are, and they've done it for a long time. They do it very well. They will agitate you to the point where they just send you reeling. You can't control yourself. But Mooney can do that too. Mooney can do it too. So who's going to be the most disciplined team on that field? I'm going to throw a little wrench in the cog here. I think the team with the better penalty situation wins this game.
Right. I agree with that. You look at the other side of the bracket, Liberty Center is waiting as they play Genoa area. Genoa? Never heard of them, but Liberty Center is one of the favorites in the state, obviously. So Liberty Centers are waiting, probably. I'm sure they're heavy favorites in that game.
I think I'll find it.
So winner of that game plays the winner of
Liberty Center by 31, by the way.
Yeah. So Liberty Center probably, I think a lot of people would argue, had like the best team they'll play until state last week, and they beat them by 32. So Liberty Center is on a mission, and they're on the other side of that bracket for the winner of this regional final.
They're pretty good. For anybody that doesn't know who Liberty Center is, we made that mistake of opening our mouths last year, and they shut it pretty quick.
Just for if anyone's on the other side of the state, Wheelersburg is in there against Nelsonville York, and then Guardian Lake will take on North Union on the other regional final. So
it's really Indian Lake. It's a joke.
Yeah. If you missed the earlier breakdown in Division 4, Indian Lake will be playing on North Union. So that's how the state. Those are the teams left in the state in Division 5. Wheelersburg is a very good football team. They'll probably, if I had to pick who's going to line up on the other side of that state championship, I'd probably put my stock in Wheelersburg there.
So real timeout, real quick. So we've been asked, we've been called, we've been messaged. So from a standpoint of coverage for at least the Cardinal Mooney game and the Girard game, which is the same game, we will be doing the coverage. Vince Tatey and Matt Romeo will be the announcers. We will be streaming live to the NFHS. So if you're looking to get that game tomorrow, you can actually sign up right now. You just go to the web. Actually, you can just go to the announcement we made yesterday with our partnership with an affiliate program with the NFHS. Click on the link on the bottom of the article, and it'll take you to sign up. Sign up. It's like $14 a month, or you can sign a year deal and get a nice discount on that. What I'm going to tell you is that game will be live on NFHS. You will hear the YSN announcers. We believe it'll be live audio on YSN if you just want to listen to the audio. And then immediately after the game, it'll be tape delayed video on YSN. So we are going to have that. We'll run it on social media. I believe we can run it on everything. We're going to run it on ysnlive.com regardless. So come on back to that. And you can probably catch it on social media and pretty much immediately right after the game. But if you're looking for it live, it's worth the $14 a month.
That would be, if you went through NFHS, it would be live video, correct?
Yes, it'll be live video of the game, and you'll be able to get the McDonald game. We are not doing it, but there's a team doing it from the NFHS. You'd be able to flip them back and forth between the McDonald game and the Mooney Girard game.
If you're out there in Perry and Hoban, those are, I believe, both Spectrum games. So you'd have to
Correct.
go through the state. The OHSA website has a way to get that. So you just have to go there and get video through them.
So it's basically like your life anyway. Everything's on every different channel, every different streaming platform,
Right.
and you just got to buy them all. Like Pokemon, you got to collect them all.
Right.
I never collected Pokemon.
Oh, I was a Pokemon kid.
That doesn't surprise me one bit.
100%. I still have some of my cards because they're kind of worth something. I have a holographic Charizard that I have not given up yet.
Oh, how much is it worth?
A lot. I haven't, like, the last time I checked a couple of years ago, it was like $200. But it's probably gone up since then.
Holographic Charizard. I'm going to look this up. Go ahead.
I just sent a picture to you on the gram. It's about football. It's referring to that.
The derp.
Let's see what you sent us, Ster.
As we take this time out, we want to thank our sponsors, by the way, who make all of this possible. Thank you to our friends over at Greenwood Chevrolet. Thank you to our friends at Joe Dickey Electric, our friends at Window Depot and Home Team, as always. So many. We've got Burnett Pool Spas and Hot Tubs as well, Toyota of Warren, and so many more. Myers Family Insurance, Heiner Insurance. I'm missing a ton of them, but hey, we are greatly appreciative of everything you guys do. Baird Brothers, by the way, Big Dog of the Year is up, so go right now and vote up until Sunday, the semifinals. What two players in volleyball and what two players in football are going to be vying for Big Dog of the Year next week? You get to choose. Let's see what it is.
Could we see the same school? Because I think both polls have two representatives from a school. Could we see same school final? We'll see. Vote.
We had a first before we get to McDonald, because I know Randy Riccatelli's out there just gnawing on his fingernails, waiting for us to talk about the Blue Devils.
You better not cut off McDonald.
You guys better talk about the Blue Devils.
Show's over. Sorry.
I will tell you this. Speaking of the McDonald Blue Devils, I screwed up this year. Kyle Puckett, the first ever Big Dog of the Valley winner twice in one season. I blew it. I completely. Hey, Kyle, way to go.
Kyle versus Kyle. Who gets more votes?
So you should have seen the old boy looking at his computer screen yesterday, trying to figure out some answers of, do I put Kyle Puckett up there twice, or what do I do here? And then I thought to myself, okay, well, they could technically vote for Kyle twice, and we'd have to add up all those votes, and he would win. Or what if it turns into Kyle versus Kyle in the finals?
Who's gonna win?
Who's gonna take it? And it just turns. I mean, I didn't know what to do, so there's nine nominees or 9 contenders for Big Dog of the Year, thanks to the idiot owner of this particular organization and not paying attention. And congratulations, Kyle Puckett, your first ever double Big Dog of the Valley winner in one season.
Could be triple. Could be triple.
Could win it again. Gosh. So the Blue Devils breaking all kinds of records this year. On to McDonald. Anthony, tell us about McDonald versus Mogador.
Speaking of that Division 7 game, it is the 1 seed McDonald in the region, 12-0 on the season, versus the 3 seed Mogador, 11-1 on the year. Don't let that seed fool you, though. Mogador is not to be messed with. They've proven that through their playoff run. They are not favored. McDonald has the edge, according to Drew Pastore, by 3 points in this game. But when you look at the series history, it has been Mogador all the way since 99. We've kind of established that. Mogador is 4-0 in the series history since 1999. All of them, I believe, playoff games. The last meeting was in 2018. So these players, none of them have played each other. These teams haven't met in quite a while. But in 2018, it was a 28-7 win over for Mogador in the regional semifinals. You look at this game, defensively, they're both pretty good. Mogador only gives up 11.8 points per game. McDonald only gives up 13.3. So both defenses definitely are going to be tests for the other offense, but both offenses also score a ton. McDonald has a slight point edge, 35 points per game for them, 32 points per game for Mogador. I think you're watching Mogador through the playoffs. It's all the run game. Their run game is lethal, and if you can't stop it, you're gonna have a long night. They run the ball so well. Probably the best running team in Division 7.
Derp wants to know what the point spread was for Mooney Gerard. Point spread was -2 for Mooney, which means Mooney is favored by 2, in case you're not a gambler. I would say for the McDonald thing, getting back to the case at hand, Anthony, McDonald favored by 3, according to Drew Pasteur.
Yep.
Coming into this game, it really intrigues me. Really intrigues me because, I mean, everything I'm hearing and McDonald against the world, McDonald versus the world in this scenario, my goodness, like I've heard nothing but shiny examples of who Mogador is. They're the monster just waiting for you in the closet. I like McDonald for a multitude of reasons. Here's why. This isn't your just general McDonald team that essentially is going to run the ball down your throat. They are going to do and beat you in a multitude of ways, as we saw against Monroeville last week. And Monroeville was supposed to come in and beat McDonald. And here's what I'm going to tell you. That didn't happen. And it happened because you have 30 guys that you can go to. If you're Dan Williams, it is just death by 10,000 paper cuts. And it's every single week to the tune of 12-0 right now. So, you know, I know that this is a 58% certainty game from Drew Pasteur to pick McDonald by 3, but I think 3 is a little bit shy of where they should be. I think 3 is something that we should be looking at and saying 3 times what? 3 times 4? 3 times 5? I can see McDonald winning this game by 2 scores. Mogador has been impressive. There's no doubt about it. And they've been very impressive. But McDonald, what they do, the way they play football this year, and they are on a mission because it's year 100 in McDonald. This could be the best McDonald team of all time. And
this
that's saying something.
This is one of those classic matchups between a team that does something incredibly well and a team that does a lot of things really good. Because McDonald is probably the more balanced team. They have a better passing and run game kind of balance in their offense. Mogador has the unbelievable running attack that they've been able to just establish. They run the ball so well. If you let them run on the field, they're gonna be dominant. If you stop the run, though, do they really have that? They can't win a game if you force them to pass the ball up and down the field. I'll just say it. Like, if you stop their run game, they aren't going to win this game. Now, stopping the run game is very, very hard, obviously. But if you do slow down their run game, they don't really have, in my opinion, they're going to clip this. I know. Watch this. They're going to clip it. They don't have the ability to win the ball based on their passing game, win the game based on their passing game. So, and McDonald does. If you stop McDonald's run game, they can throw it around the yard and they can win with their passing game. So that's going to be the key of this game. Can McDonald make Mogador throw the ball to win? I don't think they can. Maybe they prove me wrong. Maybe Mogador makes some big throws and wins the game off of that. But I feel like that's got to be McDonald's game plan. Stop the run, make them throw the ball to win the game. If they throw the ball around and then they make plays in the air, tip the hat, whatever. But McDonald, in their hand, for Mogador's defense, I don't know. It's not as easy as the game plan. You can't just say stop the run. If you do, McDonald has proven they can throw the ball around and they can be a balanced offense. So that's going to be interesting to see which one of those game plans works the best.
Josh Crumpack out there in the flats. You've got Jordan Perry. You've got Casey Miller in the backfield. Drew Zajac in the backfield. 2-time Big Dog of the Valley winner Kyle Puckett is in Puckett. And I said it on the segment on 21, which will air tonight. Kyle Puckett is one of the most cerebral quarterbacks there is in the area. He can beat you with his arm. He can beat you with his legs. He can beat you with his brain. He's got a big brain. From that standpoint, I mean, he's a student of the game. He's a great ball player. And he's a guy that at the end of the day, these kids are winners, man. They're winners. And I'm not saying Mogador isn't by any stretch of the imagination, because they won pretty much everything that they've touched for a long time. What I'm saying is McDonald has been waiting a long time for this class. This class knew that there's something special. They know there's something special. They know this team is something special. Dan Williams, who knows if this is it for him? We've heard rumors. I hope it's not. He's a great coach. But you look at what he has. You look at how he wants to go out. This could be a special game for McDonald. This is definitely going to be a big chapter of the DVD. Whenever they tell this story, I'm taking the Blue Devils.
As in the comments you put it up while we were talking, there is a re-bracket for the regions, so we will see now who each region is lined up with. Hoban is still lined up with the winner of Avon and Highland, so that'll be the matchup in D2. In D4, the winner of Perry Glenville is matched up with the winner of Indian Valley and Lexington, so those two will meet up with each other, and then the other side is Shelby and Indian Hill and Valley View. In Division 5, Mooney Girard winner gets Wheelersburg and York winner. So that'll be the matchup there in the state semifinals. And then in Division 7, the game we're talking about now, McDonald and Mogador, the winner there, will get Region 27, which is Hillsdale and Danville in the state semifinal. Marion Local on the other side of that bracket.
I like our chances this week, man. I really do. Obviously, we know that one team has to bow out when it comes to Girard or Mooney. I don't think that no matter what happens to either one of those teams, I don't think you can look at this season and bow your head, because you've done so much well this season. If you're Cardinal Mooney, you have reestablished what the expectation is at Cardinal Mooney in that locker room for football. If you are Girard is back for the first time really since the Mark Wade days in 2018. Pat Pearson should be considered widely for Coach of the Year across anything that he comes across. Yep. I have to believe. In fact, I know we can just expose he's in contention for Coach of the Year. He's in the finals with some of the other coaches we've talked about. But another guy is Dan Williams. You look at what McDonald's done this year. You cannot deny how special this year it has been for the McDonald Blue Devils, a team that is obviously up for Team of the Year, Coach of the Year, Player of the Year, in multitudes. We are so fortunate because there's some places in Ohio right now that have no teams left.
Yeah.
There's no teams to follow. This is just it. And we in week 14, and we still have five teams that we're following.
Mooney, Girard, Perry,
Hoban. Yeah, I was counting games instead of teams, but that's when you know we're very fortunate. And it's funny to hear people talk about Northeast Ohio and how it doesn't matter, and we're just a bunch of soft candy, what's that play each other and talk a big game. Okay, well, here's what I'm going to tell you: when you play teams from our area, I promise you'll know and you'll remember that you played teams from our area, because you're going to be sore, battered, and bruised whether you win or lose that next day and for days to come. So for our teams out there, go get it. Go make it that special season. Let's have it. Let's have a day tomorrow night. Let's bring it back and let's go to the state semis. And then after that, let's go take a state title. We at YSN are so incredibly proud of the entire year that we've had here in the fall, whether it be boys sports, girls sports, whatever it may be. This has been quite the historic year at YSN, and just in the fall. We're just getting started in this particular year. There's basketball, there's winter sports, there's spring sports, and obviously we've got a lot of summer to be covered. But man, fall has been really special on the network, and it's because of you that it's been so special. So thank you very much. For all the pats on the back. Thank you very much for the high fives along the way. And we are looking forward to bringing home another state champion this particular fall. So, hey, go get them, boys and girls. Go get them.
We had over 500 games on the network in the fall sports.
Yeah, and counting.
And counting. So, we had a really good fall season. And
fall is usually kind of slow. If you think about it, I mean, because football is really only one night a week. Our big, basketball is our big one, because you're looking at multiple nights a week, multiple games a night. Yep. and then you got softball and baseball, which kind of drops off a little bit, but there's still opportunities to crank it up. So the last time I did a quick check with Mrs. YSN, we're on the path for 3,000 again. So if we get a 3,000 a year, there might be some special incentives in that for us.
Let's go.
For the people that do the games on YSN. So, and with the NFHS agreement, we should be able to crank it out. That was the other question. I don't know if you saw the question earlier. It came on Facebook, I'm pretty sure, but somebody said, does this only kind of link to the NFHS agreement and partnership? Does it only help out football coverage? No. In fact, it's what you and I talked about when we got off the air yesterday. It was, this is going to give us a better opportunity to go do more volleyball, more basketball, baseball and softball, all that stuff. Because at the end of the day, the way that it's set up, we don't have fees anymore. So we're actually going and basically contracting work out for the NFHS, and then we get the copyright, but they get the live stream when it comes to playoff action. Right. It's a really good partnership, and it's for all intents and purposes, it's going to work out very well for the end consumer, which are the people that watch, because instead of, I think we said it yesterday, instead of $40 in a month that you'd spend on football, basically you buy that subscription for a month, it's $14, and you just keep it. And if your team makes it past week 14, I think you're gladly paying the extra $14 for the next month, right?
Oh, absolutely. And then the other thing, I think it probably helps this sports not made football a little bit more, because now, when teams got into the postseason, our hands were kind of tied. When it came to covering postseason games, we had to do it based on just who got sponsored. That's how we had to do it for sports not named football. That's not really the case anymore. We don't have to hinge on, well, did you find someone in your community that's willing to pay up, $200 to sponsor the game? Then we can go and cover it. That's not the case anymore.
No, I mean, we just go. We say, hey,
go.
These are the games we think we'd like to go to, and NFHS says, go ahead. Or somebody else has this one. You guys take these ones. Okay, but being that we're the only ones really that do what we do at the volume that we do it, I think that's why NFHS is pretty excited to have us on board, and I think that we're just as excited to have them and what they bring to the table as well. So we are not enemies. We are indeed friends and partners and teammates. So we're excited to get this going. But that was just to clarify some of the questions that we've been getting over the course of the last 24 hours or so. Because this is I hate to keep going to. This is a really big deal. Right. This is a really, really, really big deal that gives our fans and the people that follow us a better opportunity. It gives a better opportunity to our student athletes, our coaches, and our communities to be seen and to be exposed around the country to where they are seen and appreciated, and hopefully they're garnering a little bit of chatter outside of Youngstown, Ohio. And certainly Sean is excited for the future.
Sean's stoked, man.
Excited for basketball season. Sean should be stoked. He's a nice add. He's a nice add to the team. He's been quite the lad.
Like how you threw in the little Irish there. Good job.
He's quite the lad. We've got some good lads and lasses here at YSN. Hey, let's put a bow on this, baby, because I got some stuff I got to do on this Thursday night, because I'm heading over to the Shoot for the Cure at East Palestine. Starts at 5:30, so make sure you make your way out there. If you can't, please donate. There's different ways to donate. We'll get you out there. Just send me a message, send YSN a message if you have any interest in donating to making sure that we can put a dent in some of the health costs and bills that Erica is accumulating through her fight with Hodgkin's lymphoma. So send us those messages. But yeah, let's put a bow on it. It is time for the Joe Dickey Electric What's Your Spark, presented by Joe Dickey Electric. They are everything electrical, and they're just like YSN, available to you 24/7, 365 on their website at DickeyElectric.com. What is your spark, my friend?
So my spark, it goes back to, we're talking about how Sean is a great add to the team, and we've talked about a couple of times this year that we've had kind of the best roster this fall that we've had, and if not ever, at least in a long time at YSN. I was going through the numbers for Brian as we start to pay announcers for what they're doing extra, the stories they write, the things like that. We've had more story contributors from our announcers than we've had in a long time too. So I want to give our announcers a shout out. They're not showing up and doing the game. They're also writing the content, doing extra things to make sure that that YSN is still flowing like a well-oiled machine. So our announcers, our roster, I want to give them a big shout out for their contributions for the fall sports.
And this is an open invite, is my going to be my spark. Open invite. We are looking to get more announcers here on YSN for the basketball seasons, for the spring sports as well. We are looking for it, and there's no better time to jump in now because of some of the partnerships that we just talked about and some of the great things that we are moving towards the future. Jump in now, because I think at some point, Ant, I never thought I'd say this, I think at some point it's going to be too late. I think it's going to be too late. I think we're going to be a full staff here, full roster. So if you've ever thought about it, if you've ever wanted to be part of the YSN team and cover your favorite schools and do it the right way, hey, now's the time to reach out, send a message on social to myself or Anthony or the YSN social media. You can reach us on Facebook and Instagram and Twitch and all kinds of stuff. LinkedIn. Send us a message, cover letter, and resume, why you want to be a part of it. Listen, your experience, it doesn't matter. And not many people are going to say that in this day and age. The experience doesn't matter. What matters is your heart and why you want to do this. So we'll get you the experience. You bring the heart, and we'll meet you in the middle. That is a show. And I promise that we will be better, but it won't be until Monday. We have a 2-day week next week, a Monday and a Tuesday show. Anthony Ronald Hartwig deserves a nice Wednesday off next week to get ready for the Turkey Day at hand. And we are thankful for you. Tuesday will be the Thankful Tuesday. And we're going to just bring in people. Hopefully, this is the goal, bring in people from around the area that we're going to talk about being thankful and what we're thankful for and all that stuff. We're going to have kind of a Friendsgiving on Tuesday. So you'll be able to feast on that. You had something to say? I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to say that means the next Wednesday show, which will be the Wednesday after Thanksgiving, I believe that's December 3rd. That's going to be the start of Wrestling Wednesday with Gary Altizer.
Gary Altizer!
So wrestling's coming. Not just basketball in the fall. Wrestling is coming. I mean, in the winter. Wrestling is coming. So,
and we will have a bunch of very special presentations during the daytime coming up in December. And I believe it all starts December 12th with Wrestling at Noon. We will be at Liberty High School, and we will be doing Wrestling at Noon with Liberty, and I believe it's Lakeview. And boy, am I geeked up for that. I don't know jack diddly about wrestling. But they said when Todd Smith called and said, hey, it's going to be kind of like WWE Raw, we're going to make it have that. I could not say yes fast enough. We are in.
Yes.
We are going to, by God, that's a wrist lock. We're in. And then there's there's Wrestling at Noon on the 12th. There is basketball at noon throughout the month as well. I believe Lisbon and Liberty are going to do one. I think there's another. I was told yesterday there's another set, and they're like back-to-back days in each other's gym. So one's a girls' game, one's a boys' game, and they're both at noon. So I'm kind of jacked up about that. These basketball at noon days are some of my favorites. It sucks because we don't get to do the show, but kind of fun to do these. And you and I can actually do a Yak Cast if we get someone to cover the game at noon. Just thinking out loud here, like Ed Sheeran. Just thinking out loud. That is going to do it for our show. We will certainly be better on Monday. We promise that. But once again, we want to wish a big good luck to to all the teams under the YSN banner that are involved in games this week. And again, you can catch the Cardinal Mooney and Girard game on the NFHS network, and then right after the game on ysnlive.com and most likely our social medias. Keep up to date for everything on ysnlive.com. Our site's up. I saw. Hey, I know I could probably wait till after. I saw that Cloudflare has stock, and by stock I mean like ChatGPT and some of these AI. They're through Cloudflare, so we're like friends with ChatGPT, legit. So felt pretty good. Sucked to be down. Felt pretty good. We're in good company. So pretty excited. Anthony, as we always say, what do we always say? We always say,
may the sports be with you.
May the sports be with you, Ant.
And you, my friend.
YSN thanks you for watching this presentation of Your Sports Network. For stories, stats, and more, go to ysnlive.com.